I thought I had messed up. I forgot to back up the photos on my phone again. But I have the perfect solution thanks to my friend Julia. You see, Julia and her husband are always on the go. Between work, kids, and family moments, their devices are packed with important files and treasured memories. One coffee date changed everything. Julia's friend introduced her to GotBackup, a seamless way to protect all those docs, photos, and videos. GotBackup isn't just a lifesaver for storage, it's also a smart way to earn extra income. Inspired by her friend, Julia and her husband decided to dive in together. Now they've not only secured their family's memories, but also built a side business. That's how I found out about GotBackup. Julia told me. So if you're a busy parent like Julia trying to keep it all together, why not give GotBackup a try, just like I did? Protect what matters most and maybe even make some extra cash on the side with GotBackup.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our presentation this Friday morning in our local time. Want to basically wish you a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I will be starting the Friday, the day before the weekend. And again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Again, my name is Christian Jangroff from Toronto, Canada. I'll be presenting with my wife this morning, or this early afternoon for some of you, or late afternoon for some of you. And we want to welcome, first of all, MC. Thank you for joining in. Bakshi, great to see you guys here. And again, welcome to all of you that will be joining us either live or in on a recording. So, Tammy, let's start with how did we get introduced to GotBackup?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, just want to say happy Friday to everybody. And thank you for taking the time to go through the presentation. Chris and I went through and learned about this opportunity. I think it was two years and about 4 months now. And the owner of the company, the parent company, is called Global Virtual Opportunities. And GotBackup is one of the projects through his company. And we've known the owner of Global Virtual Opportunities for many, many years. We watched our kids grow up, and we were actually in the same company many, many years ago. And that's how we met him. And then he went off to creating his own company in the online world of building out tools. And Chris, we were a customer of Joel for many, many years of his online tools. And he contacted Chris and I a little bit over 2 years ago, as I mentioned, and just mentioned that this new project GotBackup. I think it was at that time, it was launched for about a month, Chris, and it already went into 30, 31, 32 countries. And he wanted us to know about this. And we looked at it just like you're going to have the information today. And we said, oh my gosh, we have to be part of this. And one thing about Chris and I, we're very, very in tune to timing and catching momentum in the vision of global business, because we've been doing global businesses for 25 plus years. I think it's close to 27, 28, and a little bit longer for you, Chris.
Absolutely. And folks, the reason we were so excited about this is several years prior to receiving a call from Joel, as a matter of fact, we were being told that trends are changing in network marketing, and technology is really a segment that should be part of network marketing companies. And for several reasons that we were interested when Joel called in, is one was that, and the other one is we've built friendship from all over the world, knowing that the exchange rate to the US dollars have affected so many countries, so many people to want to stay in business and to be able to be in business with a global opportunity. And GotBackup was exactly that. So the video you saw as you came into this presentation here today, it's just an example of real life scenario with GotBackup. We saw an opportunity where family could be empowered globally. We saw potential for massive growth. Again, thinking of Dropbox, who has 700 million users. Can you just imagine once we start hitting momentum? And it took 7 years for the world to know about the importance of a cloud storage. And they're not paying people like you and I for doing this. This is where it became so significant. And again, looking at these pictures from left to right, This is, again, real life scenarios that could impact you. What if you have a family that's expanding and you would like to move into a bigger home or a nicer home so your kids can grow up into a space where they can have their own rooms, right? What if you want to travel around the world in areas that you'd love to go and visit, opposed to a place that you can only afford to go? What if you want to add new family members? We understand the cost of living has increased so significantly that people are questioning, can we afford having more children? And to be honest, that should not be the question. Do we want more children? Not if we can afford. But unfortunately, the economy and the world of today has changed things. And the other thing too is retirement, folks, is such an important aspect. You see, when I was young, I couldn't think, I didn't spend 2 minutes thinking about my retirement. But now that we're crossing the line of retirement, we're not there yet, but we're crossing that line. We started to look at, okay, what did we leave? What did we create to create passive income so we can live off, so we don't have to work for the rest of our lives? So again, GotBackup is actually feeding that. And it's really interesting because our passive income is increasing because of the income that we receive that we reinvest into passive income. So there's so many things that we want to share with you as we present this information here this morning.
Yeah, and we're all about helping people. We always say average people, because Chris and I were average people when we got involved in the online world, in the home-based business. And we were just sick and tired of being tired and just, making enough to just survive. We wanted to thrive, which a lot of people want to do today. They just don't know what's out there. And so we grabbed a hold of the network marketing model many years ago, as we mentioned, and it literally transformed our way of life, in our financial, in our, the ability to do what we want when we want. And we know that it could happen for anybody who learns about a project that could take them to a whole new level.
So the company began in 1997, Gatineau, Quebec. This is in fact where we met Joel. We were living in a city right beside it called Ottawa. And it's about, 15, 20 minutes from each other. Well, again, depending on traffic and so forth. But the point here is, this is where I met him. And this is where I started using his service, as Tammy stated earlier. And I started using his service, which, by the way, today I'm still using, which are chrisandtammy.com and our commit.chrisandtammy.com. These are our environment where we teach and train people. All of that is hosted on the GVO servers. So GotBackup is a cloud storage that was actually created, as a matter of fact, in Dallas, Texas. So when he moved from Canada to the US in a 10,000 square feet data center, then he had the ability to create a massive cloud storage, which now is available to every single one of you, and you can benefit from that. So instead of me kind of going on this, let me share a video from the owner of the company for you to get an idea of what's going on behind the scene.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So a couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure.
So you can see here, we have a wonderful product that has very solid security that is very competitive with the current market today, thinking of Google Drive and OneDrive from Microsoft, and dealing with the Dropbox and so many more. And that's what we want to talk about here, folks, because there's 2 global trends we want to talk about. And if you want to be successful in any endeavor, you tend to want to understand, okay, what's coming tomorrow? What is going to stick around tomorrow? What are people looking for? So let's start with this slide, Tammy.
Yeah, and as Chris mentioned, data storage. I mean, the big thing is everybody has devices. Everybody. It doesn't matter where you go in the world. Because Chris and I have traveled a lot to developing countries and many countries around the world. And one thing that we noticed, no matter where we went, people had devices in their hands constantly. And so there's a huge opportunity here. And that's why we talked about timing, to position yourself in the data storage era is where, data is the new oil. And that's absolutely true. If you look at the numbers here, it just blows your mind.
See, from 2011 to 2023, excuse me, folks, there's nothing I could do about that. It was out of my control. See, the percentage of global mobile traffic is absolutely mind-boggling. Went from 6% to 60%. This is a huge shift. Look at the size of cloud storage market worldwide. It's a bit more up to date. These are revenues from 2022 to 2030. $90 billion in 2022, just over, and close to $500 billion in 2030 here, folks. This is quite significant. Again, you want to position yourself to tap in to what's coming tomorrow. So this is what we're talking about. And one of the main reasons cloud storage is so important is because our cell phone addiction.
Yeah, we say cell phone addiction, but at the end of the day, most people are using it for so many different reasons. And adding data is such a big thing. And so that's why this is such a huge opportunity. And I mean, we use it for everything.
That's an understatement. And the data loss is growing, folks. 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their cell phones and lost their data. Think about it, folks. You may have years and years of photos and videos in here. You can basically shift all the heavy lifting into GotBackup and only keep the necessary things on your cell phone because your phone becomes reportable. We'll talk about that in a minute. 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptop, cell phone stolen every 43 seconds. Just imagine the pain of losing all your precious pictures and videos forever. You can't go back in time and get them again. This is how important and significant that is. Here's another message I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah, and more today. I'm every time I talk to people, they say, "My computer's full. I can't do anything else. You know, my phones are full." And so it's happening more and more today than it ever was happening. So it's an eye opener for people to take the time and literally do a lot of cleaning and make sure you don't get rid of the wrong stuff, you know, the good memories. And or you can, you know, well, you'll see the GotBackup package where you have so much more value than the other companies are giving you. And on top of it, you have an opportunity as well.
Absolutely. Think about it here, folks, how significant that is. I mean, the other trends is making more money. 42% of Americans have side businesses today. The reason why, folks, it's because the economy is shifting and people need to find creative way to make extra money, extra income. 62% of Gen Z, these are our children, our generation, Tammy and I's generation. And, you know, they're also in self-employed in businesses. They may have jobs on the side, but I know that, you know, a lot of them have side businesses. And what about the rest of the world? This is exactly what's going on here, folks. You can earn American dollars. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. And then it will be deposited into your bank account in whatever country you reside through portal, something like PayPal, but not PayPal, something a lot less expensive and cumbersome. But the fact is, it increases your income very quickly just because of the exchange rate. So you can leverage from these global trends with GotBackup. That's exactly what we're talking about. So let's talk about our product.
Yeah. And before we go there, Chris, I mean, everybody's looking for something. It doesn't matter what country you live in, to be able to afford to, you know, with your incomes, to be able to afford to get ahead, it is literally impossible today. And that's why people are searching for another way to earn some income where they're not constantly away from their families. So an opportunity to be able to work from home or wherever you are, doesn't matter. You could be sitting in your car, having a drink, a coffee or whatever, and taking a break, and you could be building a business. So that's why we get so excited about this. And the product is absolutely mind-boggling. When Joel shared this with us a little over 2 years ago, I just looked at Chris. I said, oh my gosh, that is so valuable. And you get 6 terabytes of data storage. And the big kicker is you can have 5 additional members on your account sharing the storage. And they don't even have to live in your household. And it's unlimited devices. We've never seen anything like this. And of course, all of this for $10 a month. We say $10 because we're rounding it off because it's actually $9.97. And it's the only data storage business that pays you. It's a home-based business opportunity, which is absolutely massive.
And some of you are probably thinking, well, I'm using iCloud when I bought my phone, or I'm using Dropbox for my computer. I'm using Google Drive with my Android device. Absolutely. And again, folks, all of those you can use the free version, which gives you just enough data to, you know, save your settings and everything else. But again, the heavy lifting could be transported into the GotBackup cloud for less than $10 a month. And you have unlimited devices. Now, between you and I wouldn't pay monthly. I would pay yearly because there's so much more value. Shy of $100 for 12 months. So if you do the math, it goes down to about $8 and change per month for 6 terabytes. with unlimited amount of devices. You can have computers, Mac, Apple, PCs, Android phone, Apple phones. They can all be stored into the proper directory on the cloud. And look at the prices of iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive. And again, these amounts could vary because these amounts were taken a few years ago. But my point here is we are definitely less expensive, especially the fact that we have 6 terabytes, 3 times the amount of data space. And there's so much more that we want to share with you. So before we do a little bit of a demo on how to install this on your devices, Tammy, let's summarize this quickly.
Yeah, so you get 6 terabytes. It's $9.97 a month. Most people are paying yearly, and that includes up to 6 people. They call 5 sub accounts, and these are people that are just sharing your data storage. Another thing that we didn't mention is you get to choose how much data you want to give to each person, which is phenomenal. And you saw the video on the security and where everything is stored. They actually evolved a lot because Chris and I were there last year. I think this year. It was around March of this year, and they were already expanding in the back. That tells you it's a growing company. And you see, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. I always like to mention that because people can get themselves all set up. And the one thing about that is nobody's going to set it all up and then go back to having less storage, paying the same price for 3 times less storage. I mean, people love the value of GotBackup.
So let's do a demo here. So for you to see how simple it is and seamless to connect your device to the cloud. Let's check this out together.
Hey everybody. This is a quick walkthrough of how to install your GotBackup app onto your mobile device. In this case, I'm using the Android Galaxy, but the process is the same also on an iPhone. So to download your app, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either come to the Play Store. On an iPhone, it's called just the App Store, and just search for GotBackup. And there it is. Or we could come to our members area and go to use this tool, and then you will see it here on your dashboard. So again, I'm using my Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to take me to my Google Play Store. If you're on an iPhone, it will take you to your App Store on your iPhone device. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Go ahead and allow all your notifications so it could let you know that everything's being uploaded properly, and go ahead and put in your unique ID. Once logged in, you will be asked to let GotBackup access your photos and videos on your mobile device. Select Allow. Without having to do anything, an Android upload folder was automatically created for me. Neat! If you are on an iPhone, the folder will be called iPhone Upload. Now, depending on how many photos and videos is on your device, your first backup might take some time. So it is highly recommended that your device is on a charger and is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a good idea to start your first backup in the evening and keep your GotBackup app open and let it back up overnight. One more thing I'd like to point out. If I tap on these 3 little lines on the top left corner and tap on Settings, you will see these 3 boxes under Monitor are automatically checked. Auto Upload will automatically upload all future photos and videos taken on your device to your GotBackup cloud. Camera Roll Upload will back up all existing photos and videos that are stored on your device to your GotBackup cloud. And Upload Only on Wi-Fi will only back up your data while connected to Wi-Fi. If you have an unlimited data plan, you can uncheck this. So if I come to my gallery, I'm going to have a slew of pictures from over the years. This is actually Joel's phone, so if I come to my albums, I have almost 1,400 pictures. Alright, so if I come to my app, come back to my menu and click Transfers, you're going to see all my pictures now are uploading. Since this might be a large upload at first and I have a low battery, it's highly recommended that you plug into a power source. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that's finished. We can now see that our Android upload has all been categorized by what year these photos were taken. These were taken in 2021, and this was just recently. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
So you can see, folks, how simple it is. And it's even simpler on the computer. You just install the software. And folks, you don't want to miss tomorrow. And just before I get into the compensation plan aspect of things, folks, what's really important that you remember is there's an event coming this Saturday. Okay. And this is very important because we're going to be talking about higher commissions. The presentation will change a little bit because we will show you how you can really benefit from all the added features and the higher commissions that you have the opportunity to tap into. This is really exciting. Make sure that you hit the notification button here. Make sure that you click the little thumbs up here to tell the algorithm that this is a great video to be part of, because it will increase the display to more people, so people are aware of what's going on here. So folks, at the end of the day here is we have a venture that pays you. And that is what we call a blue ocean. It is the only venture like this that provide a cloud storage dealing in the digital age with a price point that I would say everybody can afford. Making money with GotBackup is amazing. So Tammy, let's summarize how we make money with GotBackup.
Yeah, so you can see the 7 different ways that you can earn, and we're going to totally focus on the 3 because that's where you're building the foundation, talking to people. People are interested, and they get signed up, and you walk people through the simple steps on how to get started. So it's a very simple process. So a customer acquisition bonus is when somebody wants to become a member. As soon as you tell them about it, people are always like, "Oh my gosh, send me the link," and they can choose whether they want to pay the $9.97 and pay monthly, and you'll get 200% up front. So let's round it off to the 10, you'll get $20 up front. But most people, they come in at the $100, the $99.97. You'll get 50% up front when they join at the yearly annual fee, and 25% on all VIP and anything that's rolling out. And they're rolling out some pretty cool things tomorrow, so I'm super excited. And then you can see at the bottom, this is for customers who want to just pay for the service monthly. You get 25% ongoing. We're just going to show you a couple simple examples. Okay, so let's say you have 20 people and they decide they want to get started. They paid monthly, but keep in mind, most people are yearly, so it's $50 times. Okay, so $20 times 20 people. If they all came in monthly, that's $400 in commission. And like I said, most people are yearly, so you're looking at 50 times 20. That's $1,000 in commission. And guess what the best part is? Like Chris said, it's a blue ocean. Nobody knows about this. So imagine how well you can do by talking to people. And then the customer example, 25% ongoing on the $10 item, $250 times 20 people, that would be $50 ongoing. And that's really exciting too, because you can build a great customer base, because not everybody wants to do business. I know in today's world, a lot of people do, but not everybody.
I agree. Every Friday we get a pay, and in fact, and I totally agree with you. It's awesome.
Yes,
Today is
Friday.
pay. Every Friday I get an email notification, and the money's sent right into what we use, what we call Pay Quicker. There's Wiser, Pay Quicker. Anyway, we're not going to talk about this today, but this is the portal that we use to transfer the money from the company to this portal, call it holding tank, goes right into your bank account, or you can put it in a credit card if you choose to. The point here, folks, is the second way we earn is what we call team commission. This is based on the 2-team structure. So there's a right team and a left team. It's as simple as that. So if you have 3 people to bring in, well, the third one has to go below the right side or the left side. You choose. That's where you will see indirect. Because if you happen to be sponsoring people there, and you happen to sponsoring a third person, it has to go underneath one of the right side or the left side. That's why you see indirect referral. So looking at that, let's talk about the cycle bonus, because that's a very important bonus that is part of your income, because there's two tiers. There's tier 1 and tier 2. And tier 2 is bigger than tier 1. So you want to be in tier 2, and I'll show you exactly how to get there in a minute. The steps, number 1 is you need to remain active. Just like you want to be active by having access to your cloud. Like, it doesn't matter what cloud service you use in the world, you got to pay monthly, right? Same thing here. But in the same token, it gives you the possibility to start earning. Number 2, to start earning is you need to sponsor 2 people in your business. One on your left team, one on your right team. Okay, that they come monthly or yearly. I recommend yearly because it's much more cost efficient. Now, at that point, you're qualified for 12 months if you come yearly. But the point here is that's a second step. Number 3, to earn an income, the system needs to see there's 6 people on your team. Either you bring 6 people, or from the 2 people you bring in, totals up to 6 people, or someone above you sharing the same leg as you is also building their business. All of that will quantify to add on to the left and the right. So the ratio is 4-2, as you can see here on the screen. So the moment that occurs, you are qualified to receive 1 cycle. So a cycle is based on a company's profitability in that month, and it's also based on your rank. As I mentioned, there's 2 tiers. My question to you is, how many cycles do you want? Okay, that's where we want to build a big team that will, evolve. Now, the third way you get paid, and I know there's 7, but the main one, or the foundational aspect of earning an income, is cycle match. Now, this is significant here, folks, because every time you bring someone into GotBackup, if they start building a team, they're going to be cycling, and then you have to be a Sapphire to qualify for this commission. And again, I'll share you exactly how you get that in a minute. You earn 25% from the cycles from each of your personals, up to $1,000. As you become an Emerald, that doubles. You can earn up to $2,000 per organization. Like, these are people you sponsor that have a team, right? Based on the cycle they earn. Now, look at this, folks. A Black Diamond you can earn up to $20,000 on the matching cap. This is very significant income that is provided to you. Go back to the idea of Dropbox, who have 700 million users. The potential is absolutely massive. The rest of the bonuses are basically provided to you as you move up in rank. Generation bonus. These are all based on the $10 that are everywhere. You get a percentage of all of that. Doesn't matter if you brought them in or not, as long as they're underneath you. Dynamic compression is just like number 4. You go deeper in the tree. Rank pool is when you reach certain ranks, you get a bonus just for maintaining this rank. And there's leadership bonus pool as you start getting into a role of leadership that the company will add on. So Temi, let's talk about the simple system that people should retain to be able to get a good business.
Yeah, and if there's one thing that Chris and I've learned in all the years of experience in building this home-based model, is it has to be simple, because people are busy, and they got to be able to do it, because once people can do the simple step, then they can teach the simple step, which duplicates really, really fast. And so the bottom line is to sign up, get your first 2, 1 left, 1 right. Chris shared with you 2-team structure. Go out and talk to a couple more, get a couple more people to do the same thing, and then duplicate that process with everybody that comes in within the organization. Simple steps repeated over time is massive momentum. And $20 is a fee. That's an annual fee. We're going to show you what you're going to get with your back office, the free funnels that go with that. It's incredible. And then you decide what you want to do in payment. You want to pay monthly, you want to pay yearly. Most people just want to pay yearly, get it out of the way, save more money by paying it yearly. And that's as simple as it gets.
I totally agree. We're in 161 countries right now, folks, which is absolutely amazing. There's 194 countries, so the representation is absolutely massive in a very short period of time. And recognition and achievement are so important. Babies cry for it, folks. Adults die for it. And the fact here is this is a ladder of success. Now, I want to show you how important these ranks are, because it will determine what you qualified for. As a bronze, you sponsor 1 person. As a copper, just what Temi explained to you, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. You want to duplicate that. So when that happens, you're a copper. When you duplicate that, you become a silver. That means someone in your enrollment tree became a copper. And then you become a gold when you sponsor 5 people, and 3 out of those are coppers. Do you see how important the coppers are? Bring one on the left, bring one on the right. Now, as a platinum, there's 4 people that are coppers now, but there's 40 people on your team, you see? But as a platinum, now you qualify from tier 2. So, when we talk about the cycle bonuses that are out there, well, what's happening is there's tier 1 and tier 2. You move to tier 2. So now you earn more money for being a platinum. As a sapphire, now there's basically 10 people on your team, which same thing for platinum. And these 10 people on your team will qualify you for platinum, sapphire, and emerald. Is not awesome. But out of that, as you remember, as a platinum, you need 4 copper. As sapphire, you need 1 more. But now there's 50 people on your team because duplication is occurring. Now you start earning the matching cycle. Every person you're bringing into GotBackup, you have a potential to earn a significant income based on the work that they do, up to $1,000. You see how this works? When you move to Emerald, you can go up to $2,000. And this goes up as you move up in ranks. And there's also other bonuses that it expands, like a flower that blooms, right? The comp plan is absolutely amazing.
And you learn all of this as you grow in rank. So don't get overwhelmed.
Let's talk about the support,
simple,
as a matter of fact.
Simple. Okay. And you get a personalized remember when I mentioned the $20 annual fee. So you have a personalized referral link, you have a personalized landing page, you have an email marketing system sitting there that you can build out. You have a marketing tools. They always expand on that. There's regular online presentations for you to show up and learn so that eventually you can present, or just constantly invite people to come and check it out. And this is on our personal YouTube channel, but we do also one on the company channel every single Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Never miss. And we have team trainings as well. There's great leaders out there. Anunem is on this session today from Ghana. We've been business partners for so many years. I always love seeing her name on the session. And so they're also doing regular presentations in Africa, specifically in Ghana, live and online. And so it's great. We're really evolving.
It's a product that everyone needs, folks, in a business that everyone can afford. Let me share with you my screen so you have an idea of what's going on. First of all, there's a contest that's taking place. There is 4.5 days left. And you can see here the branding website. Every one of you who sponsored 5 yearly signups before the end of from August 13th to September 30th, you'll have the opportunity to get a personal branding website for you. On top of the fact that if you are in the top 10, and let me just show you, Joshua's number 1, number 2 is Jade, number 3 is Enyunam. Congratulations, you're maintaining your position. We have David, number 4. Ghana is rocking the house. Dr. Dorothy, number 5. We have Margaret, number 6. We have Louise, number 7. We have here again from Ghana, Kofi, number 8. We have Rita, number 9. And we have Celestine, number 10. The top 10 have the opportunity to qualify to receive money, cash that will be directly added on to your income. Absolutely amazing.
Congratulations.
The other thing that's really important here, folks, is this is your back office. I want to focus on those 2 links over here. Use this tool. This is very important. You can see I'm using 72% of my cloud. I'll show you why in a second. And if you click on auto login, I'll show you just in a minute. But what's important is for you to be able to connect your devices. I'm talking about your computer and your phone device. You need to download these apps. This is for Windows. This is for Mac. When you download those and watch the videos, if you're not sure how to go about this, it will walk you through step by step. The mobile devices, you don't really need to log into your account for this. You can just go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store and just download the app. Everyone in the world can download it, but once you create an account, you'll have an ID and a password. You will enter that, and that's what will connect you to the cloud, and then it will start the backup automatically. You just need to respond as the video was sharing earlier. Now, what's really cool, if you click on auto login, it will take you to your cloud. Now, you don't have to go to the auto login. You can just type in GBU, just like you go to Dropbox.com, and this when you go GBUcloud.com. It takes you to your cloud. You can see here, I have a PC. You can see the logo here. I have a Mac in Florida. Okay, you can see the Apple over here. You can see here that this one is the one I'm presenting to you through right now. This is the new MacBook Pro M4 Max, right? So Apple likes these big names. So I have 2.69 terabytes that are coming from here. So what's really cool is I'm deleting some files from my computer because my computer doesn't have more than 2 terabytes. You see what it's going on? But it keeps uploading and it stays on the cloud. Really, really, really awesome. Now, if I go back down here, then I have access to my mobile devices. You can see my iPhone is over here. My iPad is over here. I create a few more directories in here. But the fact here is these are my phone devices. If you click on that in 2024, you can see from the month of January to December, right? Every single month are uploaded. If I go back to 2025, then we are in the month of September right now. Very soon it'll be October. At the end of the year, you'll have the entire calendar month here, and it will start with 2026. It doesn't stop. It just keeps doing that. And if you go to my collaborate and share, then from here, I have all the other directories. I have a Google import here. This is coming very soon. The reason why you see it for me is because I tested it. You can see here different things that are here. This is my computer where I kind of brought in some files. You can drag and drop from your local drive right into this window. It'll start copying all these files. But what's really, really awesome when you go back to the full backup, you'll hear about this weekend, is you'll see this button here, show files. Now what's happening here is this is my entire computer. So when you click on that, you can see here all the files that are in my computer. Absolutely awesome. Okay, so this is here is my window. This is this computer over here, by the way. If you go back to for example the MacBook Pro over here, you can show my files, and these are all my files. If I go to user and I select myself, then these are all, and I checked it, folks. I checked my local drive and my all the files are on my local computer with what's on the cloud, and everything matches exactly. This is awesome. So now you can actually have access to this. And I know there'll be some features that you can upgrade your account to start sharing your backup, right? But in the same token, if you want to collaborate and share, this will work for the $9.97 a month. You can drag files in here and share this with the world. Lots of stuff are going to be shared this morning. Tomorrow morning. Really, really exciting. Last point I want to share with you here when you go to the GotBackup is reseller tools. Tammy talked about funnels. Well, this is what it is. These here are included with your $10 a month. Amazing. Or your $100. Yes, 100. This is amazing. So what's happening is you share these links with your prospect. And as they click on these links, they can put their name and an email there, and they're going to start receiving emails. And after tomorrow, every one of you will have the opportunity to have every single email packages that are available to you by default in all these funnels. You don't have to buy them individually. Really awesome. This is someone who wants to sign up right away. You would send them that link. These, if you want to do some Google ads and YouTube ads, you use these links over here. If you want someone to try it for free for 7 days, this is on the opportunity and product. This is just product. You can send these links. If you want to send the, for someone that's maybe a bit skeptical for network marketing, and we have done trainings for you to tell you which links are the best for you. And this one here is a brand new video that was just recently introduced. Again, that are, and people put their names and email over here. They start receiving emails on your behalf. So folks, it's absolutely amazing. Last thing I want to mention here is do not miss this event tomorrow. And if you have a chance, click the thumbs up and letting people know that you appreciate these trainings. Again, the algorithm will show it to more people. So in closing, folks, Tammy and I are very excited to share with you this wonderful venture. We hope you take this seriously because the potential is limitless. It's entirely up to you. And again, go back to the idea of Dropbox with 700 million users, folks. The moment GotBackup starts reaching 100,000 to 250,000 users, folks, there's going to be many, many millionaires in GotBackup. So Tammy, any last words as we end?
Yeah, just position yourself and show up. Show up tomorrow. It's really, really exciting what's happening, what's been evolving over the last couple years. It's been a lot of fun. The best part is you can truly build global, because we've been in the industry for a very long time. And one thing is, when you're dealing with a product-based company, you're dealing with shipping, you're dealing with many things, product approvals in different countries. So obviously they can't go in every single country, right? So it's a great opportunity to build markets, and while you're sleeping, you're still growing your business. And these funnels and the system, it just makes everything automated, because people want to work less today, let's face it. So when you have a system that's working for you, it's phenomenal.
So folks, listen, have yourself a wonderful rest of your weekend. Don't forget the event tomorrow. We look forward to see you there. Tammy and I will be there as guests just like you, and we look forward to hear everything that's going to be shared. Have a great weekend, and we will see you on Wednesday in our corporate presentation on the evening. Bye for now.
We'll see you tomorrow. All righty. Bye.